Welcome everyone to the first episode of Allergy.Alternatives, Cooking with Jane. Living a life with food allergies or a disease can be pretty stressful, especially when you have to change your diet. Join me on my journey on discovering all the best tips, tricks, and recipes to alternative eating. Everything that I cook will be gluten-free and cow milk-free, sometimes even fully vegan. Don't be discouraged if you have different dietary needs. Just always remember, all recipes can be altered to accommodate your lifestyle. And I'll show you just how easy it is. I'm not a doctor and this is not medical advice. I'm just a girl who loves to cook and enjoys a good meal. I'm Jane and let's cook something. Today we are celebrating Thanksgiving, which means we're cooking turkey, ham, stuffing, mac and cheese, sweet potatoes, and mashed potatoes, all gluten-free and dairy-free. Let's get started. Okay, first we're going to start out with our turkey. We're going to take a couple scoops of our plant-based butter, some sage, thyme, kosher salt, and some fresh cracked black pepper, garlic powder, and some basil. We're going to stir until combined and then set off to the side. Please omit or adjust any ingredients based on your personal preference or dietary restrictions. Next, we're going to unwrap our turkey and give it an inspection. Make sure we don't have any feathers still on the bird. And then we're also going to remove the neck and bag of turkey gizzards from inside. I simply discard these. Next, we're going to remove the hock lock or the leg tresses, often found in turkeys or chickens, to hold the legs together. They are heat resistant, but I prefer to remove mine. If you do rinse your turkey or any meat, please make sure to clean your sink before and after to avoid cross-contamination. I'm also going to use a turkey bag, place my turkey in there, and we're going to apply our butter mixture all over the top, the sides, on the wings and legs, and then also on the inside. And then we're going to tie our bag up, and our turkey is ready for the oven. Our turkey is going in the oven at 325 for 3.5 to 4 hours. Okay, next we're going to do our spiral ham. We buy it pre-cooked and pre-sliced. Sometimes the ham comes with a bag of glaze. I remove it. Depending on your dietary restrictions, it probably has a whole lot of ingredients that you're not supposed to have. So I make my own. Once you put your spiral ham in your dish, please make sure to remove that piece of plastic. Now we're going to add some ginger ale and pineapple juice to the top of our ham and in the bottom of the pan. Make sure to also get in between the slices. Now we're going to take our sliced pineapples and toothpick them to the front of the ham, covering the whole front side. Make sure you add a little bit more ginger ale to the bottom of the pan for basting later. Make sure you don't overfill. At 325 degrees, our ham's going to warm up for 2 hours. Next on the list is stuffing. First, we're going to cook the mushrooms in some extra virgin olive oil until caramelized. It takes about 7 to 10 minutes. Make sure you are constantly stirring and your heat is on high to ensure all the water is evaporated. You can use pre-sliced or whole mushrooms. If you do use whole mushrooms, make sure you slice the mushrooms before you throw them in the pan. And this is what our final product looks like. Mushrooms are nice and caramelized. Next, we're going to do sausage. You can either use whole sausage or ground sausage. If you use whole sausage, make sure you remove the casing before cooking. Simply take your knife, run it down the side of the sausage, and pop the sausage out. Here we go again. We're slicing the sausage down the length, opening up our sausage and popping it out of the casing. Then we're going to add our sausage to a pan with some extra virgin olive oil. Use a wooden spoon to chop up the sausage into smaller pieces so it cooks evenly. Once fully cooked and ground down to little bite-sized pieces, place in the same bowl with the mushrooms. Now we're going to add our boxes of stuffing. I'm using 3 boxes. Make sure to plan according to how many people you have in your family. Once we have all the dried stuffing in our bowl, we're going to add some chicken stock. Add enough chicken stock to dampen your stuffing. We aren't looking for any additional chicken stock, just enough for the stuffing to absorb and become sponge-like. Make sure to give it a good stir as well. Now we're going to check to make sure our stuffing is seasoned. We're going to add some garlic powder, black pepper, kosher salt, dried sage, and some dried thyme. Give it a taste test if you're not sure. Also, now we're going to take our stuffing and put it in our baking dish. Before we put the stuffing in the oven, make sure to press down your stuffing mixture. Remember, you can omit or adjust any ingredients based on your personal preference or dietary restriction. Next up, we have everybody's favorite mac and cheese. I added 3 boxes of gluten-free barilla elbow noodles. Make sure to keep an eye on your pasta as gluten-free pasta cooks really fast. Once your noodles are al dente, thoroughly drain your pasta. Now we're going to get our cheese sauce ready. We're going to add about half a stick of plant-based butter and our vegan cheddar cheese. I use 1 bag of cheese for every box of noodles plus an additional bag for our topping. Then we're going to add 5 to 7 slices of vegan Gouda cheese. Break up and disperse throughout your bowl. Stir to combine and melt all of the ingredients together. Lastly, we're going to add a couple splashes of cashew milk. Stir to marry all the ingredients together and place in your baking dish. Fill to the top and use your remainder bag of vegan cheddar cheese as your topping. Cover with foil and bake in the oven for 35 minutes. Okay, so finally we are at our mashed potatoes and sweet potatoes. For mashed potatoes, you want to figure about half a pound of potatoes per person. So I peeled a total of 8 potatoes. As far as the sweet potatoes, I only peeled about a potato and a half, just because these sweet potatoes are pretty massive. When prepping your potatoes, I like to clean them under cold water, and then after peeling, I like to rinse again to remove any excess starch. Now we're going to take each potato, cut them into quarters, and then strips, and then we're going to cube them up. Once you've cubed up all your sweet potatoes, you're going to pour it into a pot of cold water and bring up to boiling. Same thing with our regular potatoes. We're going to cut in half, then in quarters lengthwise, and then cube them up into 1-inch cubes. Once completed, make sure to put them all in your pot into a pot of cold water. And I also like adding a half stick of butter and some minced garlic. Once your sweet potatoes are fork tender, we're going to drain them and add in about a 1/4 cup of brown sugar and half a stick of plant-based butter. Mash and combine all the ingredients in your pot. Replace the lid and keep warm until ready to serve. Same thing with our mashed potatoes. Drain your potatoes. Add your potatoes to a bowl with a half a stick of butter, some minced garlic, salt and pepper, and a little bit of cashew milk. We're going to use our hand mixer. Beat the potatoes until they're silky smooth. You can use a hand masher or a KitchenAid stand mixer. Thanks for watching, everybody. This concludes our Thanksgiving 2020 meal. I hope this improves your alternative eating lifestyle. Thanks for watching.